Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today's topic is your SP, manifesting your specific person, and what to do if you're at this point where you feel like your SP hasn't conformed and you're not seeing any form or feeling any form of change and shift. So we're going to talk today about how to fix it, what this might mean, and quite simple steps that you can take day to day when manifesting to improve this. So stay tuned to hear my thoughts on this and all of my coaching advice. This is probably the number one topic that my clients come to me with as well. So I'm well versed in discussing SP circumstances. So don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe if you enjoy this content, if you'd like to see more of my videos. To let YouTube know as well. By doing so, you'll let them know that I am one of the creators you want to see more on your YouTube and homepage. So on screen, I will also pop my coaching information, becoming a member, because in a couple days, I think when you're seeing this, it'll be like a couple days away, I will be filming the exclusive members Q&A. So if you want to submit your questions and have your questions answered in that video, then do become a member this month, just $2.99. Everything else is on screen. And now let's start the video. If you are very focused on your 3D circumstances, what's going on with your person, and just kind of what's going on around you externally, not focusing on your mindset and understanding step by step how the manifestation is unfolding, then you're going to be very focused and triggered and potentially spiraling. Even if it's up and down and you know, to apply your mental diet, keep persisting, you haven't obviously given up. But if you're focused on the circumstances and constantly mentally reacting, then you're going to repeat it. You're going to hold it in place. It's going to take longer. It's like, a tug of war, to analogize it as I love to do. Your manifestation's on the other side tugging at a rope, trying to bring you forward and into your manifestation, but you're pulling backwards and holding on and resisting. That's what focusing on your 3D circumstances is doing with your mind. So it's going to be up and down. You're not going to see as much visible movement. It might be an kind of elongated process beyond what it needs to be. So try your best not to focus on your circumstances, not mentally reacting, not analyzing. So essentially, if you're not letting go of those past circumstances, even if it's a new SP or you don't have a history with them, which could actually make it a lot easier to manifest them, whatever it is you're seeing, whether it's a lack of contact, perhaps you know of them having had a previous relationship, whatever you're thinking about in terms of a past circumstance, maybe your own dating history, these are all elements that you just want to be aware of when they do come to mind. Just being consciously aware of what you think, how you react, what's going on in your life, staying present in the moment. So, not getting super distracted, but knowing when you're present in a conversation with someone, has something they said triggered you? What's the root of that issue? Is there a doubt there? So if something's repeating itself and, it is tied into a past circumstance, you want to be aware of this. You want to try and turn it back around, and, whether it's just with your mental diet or analyzing it a little deeper and creating an affirmation, maybe trying not to hold on to those past circumstances is a key element. Again, if you're experiencing this back and forth in your own mind, that's also, of course, going to reflect a delay with your SP, but it's about persisting and being consistent with creating the new belief, overriding the negative thoughts and the negative past assumption that you've had, and repeating to yourself, SP and I are together, SP loves me, SP is constantly messaging me, SP and I have dates every week, SP is so committed to me. Saying those kind of things, repeating those affirmations and being consistent with that, rather than saying, oh my gosh, wait, this came up on social media, or, oh, what if that third party has an issue there? All these things, if you're analyzing that and holding on to it, and you're not persisting more so in the new belief and spending far more time telling yourself the positive version when you are thinking about your manifestation, then you're creating a back and forth again. You're creating some movement, you're manifesting, you are focusing on the end result, but not predominantly, not as a dominant focus with your thoughts, right? So you're still going back to circumstances, 3D reality, past issues with SP, those kind of things. You want to make sure that more than anything, when you do think about SP, it's from a positive version. Having said that, another thing that maybe you're reacting to or feeling triggered by and a little anxious about, especially if you are really, emotionally connected to your SP, that you have to be patient, because you might think, oh my gosh, it's so delayed, or again, questioning the 3D, saying, why is it not here? It takes time. You have to be patient as well. I know it's a really difficult balance when emotions and how that might tie into our thoughts, but you really have to try and catch those reactions just to the best of your ability, just as much as you can. Doesn't have to be perfect, and being able to turn that back around and say, okay, I'm going to try and be patient. I understand, I might not see things perfectly in my 3D yet, but I know it's shifting in my favor. I'm persisting. I'm doing everything correctly. I just have to be patient. Distract yourself. You have to understand things can take a bit of time. It might not be an instant reflection in your external reality. So try not to worry about the movement. Try not to think and question what's happening, what may not be happening. Sometimes it's very subtle, or you don't see everything. We are not literally God. We cannot, we're not, is it omniscient? Like we don't get to see everything. You don't control everyone or say, oh, it's not like a game of playing Sims, right? Where you can pause the game and then, zoom into somebody else's home and see what they're doing. You don't know what your SP is going through day to day. Trust and assume that it's going the way you want, in your favor. He or she is conforming, and that, you're manifesting what you want because you're the creator of your reality. You decide and focus on things that you want, and you know that that's how they get created. So try and be patient and understand that movement can take time. You may not see everything conforming, but the more you question it or try and overanalyze and feed into the panic, it's not going to benefit anything. It's not going to create a good result. So trying to let go of those logical thoughts and understand this is just my conscious logical brain trying to analyze things, protect me in this situation, but thinking logically, that's not, I'm going to think about this manifestation. I'm going to be delulu about it. Because you shouldn't even question, why it might not happen, why it's not possible, there are these circumstances. Just essentially what it all ties into is not analyzing and putting your main focus on what's going on around you, your external reality. It all starts with your mindset. And essentially a good rule to remember is that whatever you predominantly focus on, whatever you repetitively think about a person, and your specific person, is what they have to reflect and become. Whether it's good or bad, whether it's the same thing or something new, if you predominantly focus on something, that is the behavior and feelings that they will reflect outwards. So try to think to yourself, okay, I'm going to be on a better mental diet, or, maybe have I been questioning things? Have I been thinking the right way? You can think about this for yourself and know whether or not you've been on the right track with your thoughts, but you can always get back on track. The goal, as well as always, is to consciously focus on and think as if you are already in the end result with your SP. It doesn't have to be believable, doesn't have to feel logical, doesn't have to reflect your current reality. Obviously, that's not how manifestation works. If it was, our lives would barely ever change, right? We would just have a consistent stream of more or less the same experience. So it's whatever you consciously focus on, repeat to yourself. So keep thinking to yourself as if it's already here. In the morning, what might that include? Different ways, and maybe when you're getting ready, could you imagine going on a date with your SP? These little things can all add up to a big result. And of course, remember that you don't have to feel it. The emotions are not manifesting. You don't have to believe it. It's just about the mental repetition, focusing on it as if it's here right now, being consistent. It is building up. Just try and be a little more patient and not focus so much on the external reality, what might be going on around you. Those things are not relevant. They're not going to just shift on their own. You have to put the focus on what the version that you do want. But it does build up. Everything you're doing is creating an effect. Just try and be patient and consistent and trust in yourself. So that is going to be today's video. I hope you guys found this useful and maybe inspiring as well. If you did enjoy, don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and I'll see you next time.